Alrighty then.
Welcome everybody to day
5.
Day 5.
Day 5 of Sideshow Con.
Yep.
How you guys feeling? Check in the comments.
Yep. Everybody hydrated. Everybody rested. Ready for day 5.
If you were here at our 7 a.m. Stream, you already know what's coming up. Don't spoil it for your friends in the chats. But we do have some very, very exciting pieces to show you today, as our booth did swap out overnight. The magical booth elves called our incredible Sideshow team.
Yeah, we have quite a few swap outs today.
Yeah, you counted earlier. And
there are 33.
33 new pieces, lots of cool sets and pairings and things that we want to show you. So let's just take a leisurely stroll. You guys are going to see as we pass. We're leading up to these new reveals, and we are. If there's some of this stuff you want to see us cover, I mean, we might be able to get to it at the end of this show. But again, remember, we do have the 12 p.m. noon request stream going on where you can just have us popcorn around. But until then, we are going to be showing you each and every new piece that has shown up. And I'm vamping, but this is a very exciting reveal. Let's get to it. We have the Superman the Movie premium format figure. This is a prototype currently pending approval. First reveal, brand new. Just made it to the show today. We are very excited to have this piece for you. Of course, based on the incredible, iconic likeness of Christopher Reeve as Superman from that well-beloved film. We're really excited to have this piece here for you. This is a mixed media piece. He does have a full fabric Superman suit. He does have sculpted boots. Standing on a Superman the Movie logo base with that kind of that specific font for the Superman logo, which is really cool. Nice muted silver and black. And then we pan up, of course, to the brilliant blue, red, and yellow.
Love it.
Extremely heroic. I love the differences in Reeves' postures when he's Clark Kent versus Superman. And so this, of course, is the most heroic Superman. He's got the kiss curl.
That kiss curl, though.
If you guys have been listening to us all week, you know how I love my Superman kiss curls. I do think I know who posed this cape. We have some Superman fans in the house in residence here. But this is a really exciting piece. We are very thrilled to show this to you. There is, or will be very soon, an RSVP page for the Superman the Movie premium format figure. Again, this is a prototype first reveal, and we are very excited to be showing that to you. And to go alongside him, we did bring back the Superman Call to Action premium format figure, who was on display earlier this week. Now, bear in mind, Superman Call to Action is a comic book-based premium format figure. And just in case you're wondering, since Superman the Movie is a new reveal for the show, I don't have his height. I don't have any details about additional features beyond what I can see for you, but let's talk about Call to Action while he's here.
I know, I'm excited. I can get to him this time.
Yes, yes, he was up and away on the last podium, but he is a little closer for us, so you guys can see some of that detail. This is, of course, Clark Kent in his most famous, I think this is one of the most famous comic book transformations of them all. So this is a really ambitious piece of sculpt that interacts with its own fabric and has a lot of physics engineered into the piece. Of course, you can see he is balancing on one foot.
That's amazing.
I love that shot of the two Supermen side by side. Again, this one is comic book based, and then Superman the Movie is obviously based on the movie and likeness of Christopher Reeve. Superman Call to Action, who is up front, is available for pre-order on our website, and you are seeing one of two portraits that he does include. This is the Clark Kent portrait, but there is a Superman portrait with a sterner expression. But I do want to make sure you guys pay special attention to the fact that this piece interacts with this fabric.
It's amazing.
Take a mental walk back through your collection. Think of all the pieces that have fabric costumes and capes. How many of them are actually holding tension into their costumes? He does have wire sculpted into the collar to ensure that can have that superheroic opening. There's wire in the tie as well. And he does have tailored fabric pants. You guys can see also that the base is roughly in the shape of the Superman logo on his chest. And then he does have a Metropolis manhole cover, kind of giving you the sense of he's in a humble little alleyway before he transforms. And I love this piece. Like, it's, it's just, it's It's Superman. It's that piece. And so unlike Superman the movie, his super suit, the blue, red, and yellow, that is sculpted, but Clark Kent's suit jacket and dress shirt and pants are all fabric piece.
Yep. And then this is all fabric.
All right.
All right.
So that's the first big new reveal. Staying in the realm of DC Universe and DC Comics, we did reconfigure for a Justice League lineup. We swapped out our Gotham team up. And so this is the Justice League. We have the Green Lantern John Stewart premium format figure. We've got the Wonder Woman premium format figure. And then we've got the convention debut of the Hawkgirl premium format figure. So do we want to do Hawkgirl first?
Let's do Hawkgirl.
A highly requested piece throughout the week. So we are happy to show her to you, and we hope that if you were requesting to see her, that you are taking a good look, that you are in the streams right now. She measures 22 inches tall. She is an entirely sculpted piece. You are seeing her collector's edition portrait. She has an edition size now. The collector's edition is 1,200 pieces, and then she does have an exclusive unhelmeted portrait, and that is limited edition to only 600 pieces. She is taking flight off of an Egyptian kind of bird temple base. You can see there's a lot of crumbling ruins, but there is that bird relief that she is balanced on. And it is a really cool both feet off the base type of pose, well supported. She does have her nth metal mace, which is not real nth metal. That is incredibly difficult for us to source. That's a comic book joke. Thank you. She does have her wings, which if you guys can see the incredible detail, every primary and secondary and pin feather is highly sculpted. You can see all the kind of ribbing that bird feathers actually have. Really nice movement and swoop to the wings. She is open-mouthed, kind of battle cry, roaring. And then she does have her signature yellow-green costume with the red accents in her boots and then the symbol on her belt. So if you guys are interested in seeing the exclusive portrait, you can check that out on our website. She is available. Just go to the search bar, type in Hawkgirl, and you will find her. But she is available for pre-order now. Makes a great addition to any Justice League lineup, especially like the one we've got here. So let's take a look at these two. They have premiered at conventions previously. This is, let's start with Green Lantern. Excuse me, this is the John Stewart Green Lantern Freemium format figure. You are seeing his collector's edition portrait, which is that kind of quiet focus, and then there is an exclusive Rage swap out. You're seeing one of his incredible and signature green willpower energy constructs. He is known, of course, for being incredibly level-headed, sometimes stubborn, but with an architectural knowledge because of his background. So you do see that reflected in the sculpt of his construct. Lots of hard lines and angles, very precise. John Stewart builds his constructs from the inside out. And there is a meteorite space rock base that the construct is forming over and kind of providing reinforcement. And I do want to call attention to his suit is entirely sculpted, excuse me. And you can see there are like panels and piping details, so it does break up the suit. It's not one solid form. But the hand that has the Green Lantern ring is summoning the construct, the paint is reflecting that green light, so it's not a light up aspect. But the paint does take into consideration the glowing light source of the green ring and its construct energy. So that is available on our website right now. He is in stock, I believe. Mm-hmm. There is an unboxing and assembly video on our YouTube as well if you want to check that out. And then up next, we have the Wonder Woman premium format figure. You guys are seeing her exclusive edition. The exclusive edition is the additional skirt that is removable, so you don't have to display it with the skirt. But in the unboxing and assembly video, you can see it is a swap out feature because she does assemble at the waist. This is our latest version of comic book Wonder Woman. We are very excited with this piece. It captures her power and her grace. I love that descent. She's kind of on a descent into Hades. You can see the stone stairway. The lights, the flames on the base do have a light up feature. They flicker. So I believe you can see examples of that on the gallery on the website. This is, of course, a production piece. This is what will ship to you when you order her. beautiful physique. She's got all of her signature armor elements, including the bracelets of submission. She does have her tiara as well, and a slightly flexible lasso of truth, so you can nicely bend that into the nice roping action that she's got going on there. And I do want to point out, oh, I love that. She cuts a really nice portrait.
She really does.
She does have a sword and shield. I do not believe those are removable pieces. People have asked. And she does have a faux leather strap for holding the shield to her chest. But other than that, she is entirely sculpted. And I want to call attention to this part of the base because I think the focus is usually on Wonder Woman, but you can see there's some really cool kind of Greco-Roman soldier reliefs that are crumbling as she descends the stairs. And there's that nice red magma rock in them as well. So that is available on our website if you want to check that out. All three of these are either in stock, and then Hawkgirl is pre-ordering, so you can have a really nice Justice League collection going on in your home. So up next, if you were at our 7 a.m. show, you did get a little bit of a fright as we, ooh, my voice cracked, I like that, as we debuted 3 new horror 6th scale figures alongside our Nun statue as well. So let's take a look at the guy up front. This is the Ghostface 6th scale figure based on the iconic Halloween mask that is the Ghostface with the elongated features, the long drooping mouth. You guys can see that he does have a bloodied knife accessory, and the artists have taken exceptional care to recreate that feel of a Halloween costume. He does also have Reaper's robes. I don't think there's a single person who has had a Halloween experience and opened the door and not seen someone wearing the iconic mask. It is truly emblematic of the Halloween season. I mean, I won't tell the story on the stream, but I personally was traumatized by one of these masks as a child. The ones that had the blood effect, that scared me. That impacted me, and now I am who I am today. No, but this is a brand new prototype. Very excited to reveal this, to reveal a return to horror, because Sideshow. Horror never leaves us, but this is a new, exciting lineup of 6 scale figures. So that is Ghostface, and there is a preview page for the 6 scale figure on our website. You can RSVP to be notified when that goes available for pre-order. Up next, another prototype, pending approval. This is the Michael Myers 6 scale figure, of course, inspired by John Carpenter's Halloween, the original film. This is a very detailed piece. Again, he has a fully tailored kind of those work coveralls look, and you can see that he does have his signature chef's knife as well. These figures currently have the kind of standard black hexagonal base because, of course, all focus is on the character more so than the base. This will be an articulated figure that you can pose very menacingly, probably get a little bit of the signature Myers head tilt in there. He does have a sculpted mask and portrait, and I think we can you can see the eyes beneath the eyes of the mask. Ooh, that looks really nice. I'm sure you can all hear the theme song in your head already, but this is a really fun piece. I don't have any more details about what other swap out features he may include, but this is a first reveal. We are very excited to show that to you. And he does have those work slacks and the boots. All the signature elements that you need to terrorize any of your other 6 scale figures with a good slow walk and disappearing Michael Myers as you turn around and he's right in front of you. Up next, we have another prototype. This is the Leatherface 6 scale figure, but this is the end of the film Leatherface. Of course, he is in his Pretty Woman mask from the dinner scene when the Sawyers bring Sally home. You can recreate the iconic ending of the film with this figure. Of course, he does have his signature chainsaw. But if your final girl has gotten away and you are flailing your chainsaw wildly in anger, you can recreate that pose. We are very excited to have this version of Leatherface. He does have a sculpted portrait with the hair and the makeup application, as you can see. And then he does have a fully tailored costume, complete with the dress shirt, the suit and tie, and the dress pants. He also does have a bracelet on his wrist. And then the chainsaw, which I know we're on the other side. Didn't mean to.
I can get over there.
Yeah, sorry about that. Chainsaw does have some elements of blood spatter a little bit on the end of the saw. So you kind of get that sense of the old Sawyer family business.
That seems unhygienic to me.
It's don't tell the health inspector, but this is a really fun piece for you Leatherface fans, Texas Chainsaw, horror fans. If you want to add Bubba Sawyer to your collection, then you can do so. These will have RSVP pages soon on our website, so you can check that out, RSVP to be notified. Alongside, I mean, the pumpkin, which was the lighter side of the Halloween whimsy, and then these guys, of course, are bringing the horror, but that's a lot of fun. And then, not straying too far from the horror, we do have the Nun Statue. This made her debut at San Diego Comic-Con last year, and at New York. You could also see her closer, but we were really excited to visit a horror statue in a smaller scale. I believe she's about 10th or 1/8 scale. She is well available for order on our website in stock. Lots of details from the Nun film. Of course, you can see she's got, I love the hands and the nails. And there's something about the way that the fingers are kind of arched. Lots of detail in the nun habit, of course, as well. This is entirely sculpted, and there's a lot of interesting stuff going on in the base and the environment around the nun. Of course, this is the demon Balak, who is haunting an abbey in Romania. So around the base, we see a number of crosses. This is a reference to the scene with the door of crosses, all of the magical guards behind which they try to keep the demon Balak. There's two very detailed candelabra candle stands on the base, and you can see that the one in front of her has a still lit flame type paint application to it, but you can see that the one behind her is billowing smoke as if she has extinguished the light and the goodness of the abbey as she's passed through the hallway. So there is movement to this scene, there is transition, and of course there is that kind of religious conclave kind of stonework on the side. And then the final detail on the base that I think I wanted to point out is that Ouroboros snake that eats its own tail ring. Again, one of the protective methods in which they try to fend her off, and then by which she is ultimately summoned. So there's a lot of cool iconography on this, and it just captures the sense of dread and horror of the nun. She does have an exclusive edition that is a swap out portrait that is open mouthed and screaming. So if you prefer a screaming demon, you can check that out on our website. So that is a sideshow statue. That is the nun. All right. We do have some more horror from our friends at PCS if you want a slightly larger scale statue. This is the Michael Myers quarter scale statue. This is a prototype. Very detailed mixed media piece, of course. I do always love with the Michael Myers pieces being able to see the eyes beneath the mask. It adds an extra layer of shadow and confusion. You don't know who you're staring at, and it is terrifying. Of course, he was known as the Shape in his original film. PCS has got a nice little bit of the classic Myers head tilt. You can't have a Michael Myers kill without the head tilt. And I do love that you can see the neckline of the mask, and then, of course, his own portrait line. He does have the work coveralls and an undershirt. Very detailed tailoring. You can see the stitches, the little buttons on the collars or on the wrist cuffs. He does have his kitchen knife as well, all the way down to his scuffed up work boots. And then the base, of course, is inspired by the Myers home. And there is a kind of, you see the front facade architecture of the house, and there are kind of a collage of scenes from his famous kills, famous moments. We see a young Michael. I believe, I can't see as Autumn's got the camera, but that's Judith Myers on her bed, right, with the tombstone?
Yes.
Yes, so there's Judith Myers. These are all also kind of three-dimensional sculpted reliefs, so there is dimension to them. They are fully painted. And then we do see, I don't know which one is on the back, if any, but this, of course, is when he affixes Bob Sims to the wall with the kitchen knife, and they have captured that head tilt as he examines.
See if I can get the relief to show.
Examines
there
his handiwork. Yeah, you guys can see that there is dimension sculpted to that. The attention to detail that makes the sculpt on the base also look like a wooden peeling painted house facade is incredible. And then there is a pumpkin element that is you guys can see, I think it's you can kind of see it's flickering right now. It's a little hard with the overhead lights, but there is a light up feature in this pumpkin. It is a proximity piece that is included with the Michael Myers, I believe. I believe there may be an exclusive edition as well, but when we have pre-order information about that, we will update you. But this is just a really, really cool detailed piece. I do also love the shadows and the kind of remnants of color in the mask. And important to note, I don't think I called it out, the mask, while he does have a sculpted portrait, it does have rooted synthetic hair.
I can get in there and show that. There we go.
Which really adds to the sense of this being a Halloween mask. Yeah, you can get that. Very nice, very nice. So again, this is PCS's Michael Myers quarter scale statue, excuse me. We're very excited to see that representing the horror lineup as well.
We're gonna shift gears just a little.
Yeah, shift gears. This for some high octane ring shaking action. We've got the Ultimate Warrior quarter scale statue, and then the Ric Flair quarter scale statue from PCS's WWE collection. Let's take a look up front at the Ultimate Warrior, and I do believe actually both of these pieces are in stock on our website, and they are low stock. So if you are looking to add some really cool wrestling flair to your collection, literally and figuratively, you'll want to hop on those. The Ultimate Warrior is limited to an edition of only 500 pieces. He stands 25 inches tall. He is entirely sculpted. Lots of detail in the muscles and the physique. You can see the veins. He does have his signature bright colors, one of his many kind of color configurations. He's on a base that is the industrialized silver style flooring, and I really like that because it's slightly reflective, but it also puts the focus on the warrior. His name is on the front of the base as well, just in case you forgot who he is. But how could you forget all the tassels and details? And then, of course, he does have his signature wild hairstyle going on. That one's a lot of fun. And then in the back, we've got Ric Flair. This is one of two configurations. Ric Flair does have an exclusive edition that is the Nature Boy, where he is... He's kind of, he doesn't have the open mouth portrait, but of course this is Ric Flair doing his signature, woo! Of course I can't quite do it like he does. This is a really fun, really expressive piece. You are looking at the collector's edition, which is limited to an edition size of 500, and then you can see on our website the Nature Boy, which is almost sold out, is limited to an edition of 350 pieces. Those swap out at the torso. His entire costume is sculpted. He's styling, profiling, wheeling and dealing. There's a lot of kind of metallic and bright textures on the robe that kind of mimic that embroidery. He also has the industrialized silver flooring and then his name on the base. Again, he is in stock on our website. Nature Boy is almost sold out, and if you want to get the collector edition, that is highly limited edition as well. So you want to be sure to get on that.
Okay.
Still in the realm of PCS, but now we're going to go a little different type of nostalgia. This is the Storm Shadow quarter scale figure, or statue, excuse me, from, of course, G.I. Joe. The collector edition is sold out, but you can get the exclusive edition, which is the Arashikage configuration. We are currently seeing him in his collector's edition configuration, but the Arashikage edition does include these pieces. The exclusive has hands that swap out for the bow and arrow, and a quiver that swaps out as well because, of course, he is currently, he has his quiver, he's got his bow and arrow in the quiver. He is on top of a Cobra Command ATV that is embedded in the mud. You guys can also see some fun decals and logos of kind of like kills that they've managed, like a tally count. I love the mud spatter on the wheels of this piece. The exclusive edition is limited to an edition size of 250 pieces as well. And he measures about 22 inches tall, excuse me. I love the pristine white costume as well above the muddy base, keeping his whites white. He does have a lot of detail going on here. They've blended that classic animated style with realism that comes with translating it to a three-dimensional statue like this, but this is kind of classic G.I. Joe style. You do see also the shuriken that he keeps in his belt. This guy is kitted out with lots of weaponry. And this is just a really fun, really bright and energetic collectible from PCS. Up next,
I have to back way up to get this guy in here.
Yes, this is a quite large display. Let me see if I can actually find the This is 25 inches tall, 31 inches wide, and 21 inches deep. This is the Green Ranger Dragon Zord statue by PCS Collectibles. This is highly limited to an edition of only 193 pieces in reference to the show's original premiere in 1993. It is in stock now, so if you are interested, you can get that. And originally debuted as a villain, of course, but the Green Ranger stole hearts. He does come with a number of swap-out features, and you guys are currently seeing the Dragon Flute arms. But there is a Dragon Dagger arm, there is a Darkness arm, Dragon Armor, Dragon Sheaths, excuse me. How many more times can I say dragon? And then, of course, the immense Dragon Zord base. Cool water effects as well, semi-translucent. I like the white detail of the foam on top. The Green Ranger himself is entirely sculpted as well. Lots of really cool textures on the costume that actually make, paired with the metallic paint on the costume, really make it look like it is fabric, but it is sculpted.
This space is incredible.
You want to make sure you have enough space for this piece in your collection. But once again, this is the Green Ranger Dragon Zord by PCS.
Okay.
Are you all the way zoomed out?
Yeah, there we go. Now I can see
enough.
it all.
PCS puts a lot of detail into their pieces, lots of bright colors. I really like the way that they kind of tap into nostalgia. We saw some of their Street Fighter collectibles earlier this week. So if you are a fan of any of those licenses, be sure to get on those, especially because so many of them are in stock or close to selling out.
Let me see if I can get all of them. There we go.
And then that Michael Myers is coming soon. Excellent. All right. So we did show you guys the Iron Studios pieces yesterday, but we do have two new Mythos pieces from a different side of outer space. We have the Predator Barbarian Mythos Legendary Scale Bust and the Alien Xenomorph Parasite. Oh my goodness.
You got this.
Alien Xenomorph Parasite Mythos Legendary Scale Bust. Thank you.
That is not easy to say.
That is not easy to say. For those of you playing along at home, say that 5 times fast. But the Alien Xenomorph Parasite is a brand new reveal, and the Predator Barbarian Mythos has gone up for pre-order on our website within the last week. As you may know, in the Mythos collection, we like to exhibit or examine fan favorite worlds, properties, take the characters that they love, and identify the core values and themes of those characters, those universes, take them in new and interesting directions and kind of play with that. So let's start with the Predator Barbarian. Of course, the Yautja are incredible hunters, and so we wanted to imagine a Predator Barbarian who is a slightly larger berserker-type figure. So this is a large character. Legendary scale in Sideshow scaling typically translates to about 1/2 scale.
I think you need to stand there to show them. Yeah, we need to show them the... It is so not small.
Human head, and here's his Yautja Predator head.
Wow.
This is an entirely sculpted piece, very, very detailed, of course, with the signature Predator jaws. Lots going on in there with the teeth and the kind of horns on the ends of his chin. You guys can see that he also has the typical Yautja armor on his shoulders. There's a lot of spined elements to it. There is a lot going on in this piece. It's highly detailed, and then he does have the sculpted dreadlock hairstyle, as people refer to it. His base stand as well kind of really neatly fits into that strange alien aesthetic that the Yautja species has as trophy hunters, of course. So this is a larger, slightly more relentless figure that we have imagined as a part of this Mythos universe, taking those themes of the hunter, the trophy hunter, the relentless alien invader that will hunt you down. So if you want to check that out, you guys can see the full gallery on our website. It is available for pre-order currently. I like the way I like that shot.
It's got a little attitude.
He does. It's an incredible piece. Now this is the Alien Xenomorph Parasite Mythos Legendary Scale Bust. There we go. I said it. And so again, It is about a 1/2 scale piece. So as you guys know, there are the elongated features of the Xenomorph. This is a massive piece here, and if you saw how big I was in comparison with the Predator, this piece is incredibly large as well.
Here,
yeah, I think it's a little harder to display.
Yeah, even then.
Because it's longer than it is.
Yeah. The footprint doesn't. Yeah.
Yeah, you'll want to make sure you have adequate space. Let's take a look at it in profile for a little while. So this is a new type of Xenomorph as imagined by, or a new design for the Xenomorph as we have imagined for Mythos. You guys may have previously seen our Alien Warrior Mythos Maquette as well, which took those horrifying biomechanical aesthetic features that are so signature to this species and warped them in different ways. And so with this piece as well, we have reimagined but kept some of the elements classic. I do love the translucent head dome.
Oh, yeah.
You guys can see the inner ridges of the skull from within. Catching the light nicely in here. Those kind of almost bulbous eye sockets within the head. And of course, we couldn't forget the incredible and iconic inner jaws of the Xenomorph, so you can see that on full display. Lots of detail on this piece. Again, very frightening, very true to the universe, because we do like to take those themes, and I think the name, the Xenomorph Parasite, perfectly embodies also how we view the monster in the films. It is nothing but an invader. It can take over your body in its most nascent form of the chest burster, of course. So this is another impressive addition to the Mythos collection. As I mentioned, that we don't just do Star Wars for Mythos. Star Wars Mythos is kind of its own thing, but there's also an Alien Queen legendary scale bust that you guys can, or I think it's legendary scale that you can check out, and that one is that one's equally as freaky. And so this Xenomorph Parasite alien is that kind of alien that would serve the Mythos Queen.
Amazing.
All right, so we have seen these unruly pieces already this week. Nothing new here. But we did have a massive swap out on the Court of the Dead podium. I'm going to give you just a minute to check that out.
Might get far enough back so you guys can see them all. Wow.
Fan favorite Court of the Dead characters. We have the Spirit and Flesh factions representing, and then we have the Underworld United. So, I mean, once we've kind of taken that in, where should we start?
Let's start over here.
Let's start over here. All right. So we are looking at the Galabarb Eyes of the Queen premium format figure. This is the second edition that we have done of Galabarb. Previously, she did appear in the Death's Siren form, for many of you who may remember the her more aquatic form. But as a member of the Flesh faction, she is capable of adaptation. Whatever she needs to be to best serve the Queen, she will become. This has an incredible, highly detailed costume. She is entirely sculpted with some new and creepy snake-like, but also slightly insectoid or more underworldly anatomy, because as we know, the flora and fauna of the underworld don't neatly translate one-to-one with our imagination. There are some really cool skulls embedded into the base as well, as she is kind of clinging to a rock. You guys can see that there's those little spindly limbs that come out, so she is not wholly a snake. She is her own kind of unique design. She's got some interesting scales sculpted into her kind of at the hips and the arms as well. As the Eyes of the Queen, she serves Gethsemane loyally in the Flesh faction. However, you guys can check out in her gallery on our website. She is in stock. We absolutely cannot show this part because it is flush on the back of the figure. But she has a brooch, or I guess like an insignia of the Flesh faction. But the figure does come with a swap out Spirit faction insignia as well, so that's fun and an unexplained mystery, but a cool Easter egg for your collection. So pay attention to the Court of the Dead universe, and you guys are seeing her collector's edition configuration. Her exclusive is a swap out. I believe it's this arm, the left, and it's it is called the Touch of Death, and it is a clawed hand. But right now, you guys are seeing her dual swords. Lots of motion. I like the twisting in her hair of this piece as well. That is in stock on our website currently. Let's talk about the Queen that she serves. This is Gethsemane, the Shaper of Flesh. Again, the second iteration of the Queen of the Dead that we have done. She is a mixed media piece. One thing I always want to call out and emphasize, because I love the lore of the Court of the Dead, her crown is made in the twisted image of a mortal pelvic bone to represent her maternal status in the underworld, the motherhood and the birth through which humans are made, kind of represented in the not true birth through which she creates the mourners and as a member of the flesh faction can shape flesh, as we are seeing in the statue, as is named in the statue. Her exclusive edition, I believe, is sold out, but this is the collector's edition where she does have her hand on her knife. The knife is Sliss the Morphic Razor, and the exclusive edition was a withdrawn version of the knife. So if you have that in your collection, you do have Sliss the Morphic Razor. She is mixed media, so you guys can see she's got a full fabric skirt, highly posable. There is wire in it. And there's a lot of cool things going on this base because you can see the skulls and the spirits in the... You get the blue of the Etheria and then the necromancy she is performing. But I really like this detail on this one flame, it's not a flame, but the spirit trail. You can see all the faces, and then you see half of a jaw at the top.
Oh, yeah. Right there.
Half of a jaw, and then the other half is part of the mass of magic and flesh that she is shaping through her ritual here. She has highly detailed armor as well, lots of adornments and intricately sculpted elements that really befit her beautiful status. I love the coy expression she has as well, because Gethsemane has her own plans in the underworld. She serves the All-Taker dutifully, but of course she believes in the path of the flesh faction, and so sometimes that leads to needing spies in the underworld, especially when her sister Zyle is scheming. Now let's take a look at my personal favorite faction. We've got two ladies representing from the spirit faction. We've got Kier, Death's Warbringer, and then Elianastus, the Great Oracle. The second version of Kier we have done, and the first version of Elianastus. Let's take a look at Kier first. This is a more action-oriented Kier versus the Valkyrie of the Dead, who is the original version. You guys can see that she has slaughtered an angel, her favorite prey in the Celestial War, of course, given her own history that she is a cast-out angel who was born a celestial twin, but was deemed weak and unfit to live, so she was cast aside until death found her and chose her to be his adopted daughter, and she serves him loyally as the first sword of the underworld. She has a mixed media costume, primarily consisting of sculpt, but there is the fabric element on her base, and you guys can see she does have some of that craggy architecture and feathers, and those hint at the kind of celestial battleground that she is on. Some of that rock formation is mirrored in the angel's own portrait that has that strange features to it. She does have an exclusive swap out, because this is Severed Order. Her exclusive swap out is Severed Chaos, which is the head of a demon that can be held in her hand. You guys can see that on her website. On our website, I do believe both versions of her are still in stock. And again, we can't see it because it is on the back of the piece, but I encourage you to browse the gallery. This is the second version of Kier, so we do, and she doesn't have a cape in this one, so we do get to see more of the scars on her back where her wings once were, and they're more exposed. They're slightly more scarified as well from the original piece. It's really cool. I love the action pose, and then her sword, Bitter Edge, is there as well. So Kier serves as the de facto leader for the Spirit faction because she is the one who is in action, but the true leader of the Spirit faction is actually Elianastus, the Great Oracle, who prefers to sit and ponder and philosophize over the best path to truly lead the underworld to its freedom and its salvation from the Celestials. She is my all-time favorite character. She's the one I fell in love with. If you were here earlier in the week, you guys got to hear about me talk about how I was a Court of the Dead fan before I worked at Sideshow, before I even knew what Sideshow was. And so I am thrilled that Elianastus gets her representation now. She does have a mixed media costume. You guys are seeing lots of little tendrils coming off of her. These are spiked ribbons. They've got these really nice like needle tip cool ornaments on the end. They are wired, so you can pose them. Elianastus is a very chimerical figure and capricious in her moods. She sits and ponders a lot, and so there is both at once a calmness to her and a chaos, as she is largely one of the incorporeal members, more spiritual, more... she doesn't always take physical form. Death did pull her from the realm of true spirit as well. He looked out and saw something gazing back. She is technically the youngest of Death's children, but her essence is the oldest among the Underworld. She is holding multiple skulls, which is really cool. You can see the kind of golden celestial angel skull. In her other hand, she does have half of a demon's skull, and in the center, she does kind of have, it's not quite human, but it is the more neutral skull, representing kind of the underworld and the mourners in her hands. And she does have 4 arms. You are seeing that correctly. She has a full fabric skirt as well, over her kind of spiritual body, and I do love that she has 2 feet in 1 slipper. I love that detail. It's very whimsical and perfectly fits her character. And then I don't know how well we can see it. I do want to make sure we get a chance to zoom in. The fact that there is a floating neck gag in this piece, because she does have spirit essence to her. You guys can see that she is sculpted to look as though her head is floating above her neck. And I love the detail on that. And I think we can also see while you're in there, the 2 little reliefs on her headdress.
Okay.
They're by, I'll be very gentle, but they look as though they are whispering to her.
Yes.
And this one is actually, and it's so hard to see, but if you get up close and you can see it in the gallery, that one is actually pulling a strand of her hair away from her face as she does her oracle work. So it's really fun that her costume is even interacting with her. It makes you wonder if her clothing is alive or not. She does have an exclusive edition that is a more ghastly face, kind of more gaunt, and her eyes are wider, and the pupils are missing. And so that's really fun. That is available for pre-order on our website. I love her so much. It's really cool. And I'm sure people who are in the Flesh faction when they see Gethsemane, and those in the Bone faction when they see Xyle, like, you have like a respect for your faction leader if you're in the Court of the Dead universe as a fan. So it is really cool to see those there. So then I want to hop over to the Underworld United. We'll go over these a little quicker because I know we do have some incredible fashion dolls for the Atomic Misfit line. But this is the... actually, no, she has appeared at San Diego Comic-Con. But a closer look at 2 versions of Shard, the Faithbearer's Fury premium format figure, and then the Mortal Trespasser premium format figure. So as you guys know, Shard has quite a journey in the Court of the Dead and an important role to play. She's still a very mysterious figure in the lore currently. But she does begin in the mortal realm. And so Shard, Faithbearer's Fury, is part of her time as she's in the Knights of the Black Sword Order. She has fought in Holy Crusades as the mortal realm wars over what they believe to be the best path to salvation. Unbeknownst to them, of course, the war of heaven and hell is just simply using them for fuel for their war machine. But the humans, of course, believe there is an eternal reward in the afterlife. And so this is a warrior Shard who is still in her mortal guise. Mixed media costume, very beautiful application, kind of that classic Holy Crusades style outfit. She does have sculpted chainmail as well. There is blood and fallen aspects of like broken swords on the battleground. We are seeing her in she does have I'm forgetting, she has an axe, that's what it is. So she does have a swap out hand for the buckler shield that is an axe, but you guys are seeing the buckler shield swap out piece right now. Her cape does have wires in it so you can pose it, and then her sword is known as Faithbearer. And we do see in the Mortal Trespasser version of the statue, she has not only Faithbearer, but another sword called Seraph's Woe. So this is the kind of younger Mortal Shard. You can see that deep scar over her eye. That, I think this is a perfect transition as we move to the Underworld. This is the Mortal Trespasser. So of course she is a mortal in Ilverness, and perhaps the only one in all of Ilverness. You can see that the scar has faded over time. I do really like that dual look of the like past and present of the character. She does have incredible armor that was composed for her in the Underworld. There is an online webcomic for Court of the Dead that you can check out when she was bestowed her armor. Very detailed cape that has wire in it for posing, but there's a really nice, I think the pattern, it's not quite a paisley pattern, but that very detailed pattern that does have skulls and Underworld markings, and then the outside of the cape is kind of battle rugged and weathered as well. And then she is descending into the Underworld And so you see that etheria blue, the energy of the underworld and souls, gets brighter as she goes down the staircase. This is in stock on our website, and then you can see her 2 swords Faithbearer, which is the one you are currently looking at, and then the more curved blade in her other hand is Seraph's Woe. And that's W-O-E, not like Bill and Ted Woe. And then finally, we have Death, Master of the Underworld. This is a really, really cool premium format figure of kind of the hero of the Court of the Dead story. There are many heroes, but of course it is Death's Rebellion, the All-Taker, who is gathering souls in secret to rise up against the celestial oppressors. This is really cool. If you have the Aspects of Death collectible mask set, those masks do swap out with this premium format figure. That was a really unique feature that was introduced at one point. He does also have an exclusive edition Shepherd of Souls mask. He has a mixed media costume, and you guys can see that unlike the characters who are part of a specific faction that have their signets on their costumes, he has the Underworld United symbol. Lots of detail in his armor, and he is standing on the Well of Souls, kind of that river of etheria and human souls as they pass through that he has to collect the tithe. He does have to appease the Celestials, but in secret he manages to aid the numbers of the Underworld. He does have a scythe as well, and this is a very nice and imposing figure. Quite tall, very nice centerpiece for your Court of the Dead collection, because again, he does represent the Underworld United, which is that signet that is on both of his shoulders. That is in stock on our website as well, so you can check that out. If you want to join the Court of the Dead, you can bring home the Underworld United, bring home the All-Taker himself, Death, Master of the Underworld. And you know what? If you're not into Court of the Dead, but you just really like horror, these pieces are fantastic as well. But I highly, highly recommend that you jump into the lore, because there is a world that you can absolutely fall in love with, and it's dynamic, and Sideshow is always coming out with more of these characters. There's more parts of the lore. There's new publications that are going to be coming out, like the War of Flesh and Bone graphic novel. There's already stories.
Some really cool games right now, too.
Yes, there are. So if you guys want to dive into that, I highly, highly recommend you do. And also, it always helps to take the faction quiz and find out what faction you belong to. Otherwise, you can choose which faction.
If you go over to Court of the Dead social, which is Instagram and Facebook, and we also have a Facebook group, it's just at Court of the Dead on Facebook and Instagram, and the Facebook group is called Rise, Conquer, Rule. You can get to it from the Facebook page. And they'll post video playthroughs of the games that we have. They're posting information on all of this. So it's a great place to go to learn about the whole lore.
Yeah. Sorry, and you mentioned Rise, Conquer, Rule. That's like the rallying cry of the Underworld.
Yes.
So if you're wondering why the group wasn't Court of the Dead.
Yes.
But enough of the Underworld. We did have a significant update to the Atomic Misfit Podium. This will be our last section of the tour this morning, but again, we have a noon Pacific time tour that is the requests. If there's anything at all you want to see in closer detail, we will do that for you. But in the meantime, we want to dive into this really nice spread of high-end fashion dolls, both Sideshow original pieces and then some incredible pieces from Integrity Toys. So do we want to start with the Integrity pieces?
Yeah, we can start with the Integrity pieces.
Alrighty. So we got some totally and truly outrageous pieces here. Do you want me to hold the camera while you kind of... I need your help on this one, because Autumn had a little heart attack this morning when she saw these. These are Gem and the Holograms pieces from Integrity Toys. These are high-end fashion dolls, highly collectible, and they are extremely detailed in the amount of swap outs, the painstaking application of their features, the details. So let's... do we want to dive in with the Up and Rock and Jerrica Benton flip set first?
Yeah, we're going to start here.
So this is currently waitlisted on our website.
It already is waitlisted,
So if you are watching now and you think that you might at all want this piece, you need to go and hop on that waitlist.
Jump on that waitlist,
There's no guarantee, but if there is a piece available, we will let you know. So this is, as I said, the Up and Rock and Jerrica Benton / Gem flip collectible gift set.
Yes. When I was a kid, I had this doll, and the idea is that you would take the dress off and flip it around and put it back on to flip her from Gem to
Jerrica.
Thank you, to Jerrica. And so this, even like the stockings, can you see? They are like the neon yellow. Like, this is hitting me right in the nostalgia. I mean, this is amazing. If you were into Gem at the 80s or any time after that, this hits it home for you.
Yeah, so you guys can see more details and the literal flip side on the website. and on the waitlist page. But this is an incredible set. She does come with multiple configurations.
A swap out portrait, swap out bust.
Yes, and Integrity Toys, and we will note for all of these pieces, Integrity Toys does such an incredible job of giving you a really high-end and deluxe experience. Most of these figures, if not all of them, have hand-applied eyelashes. They have rooted hair. They are highly articulated. Their costumes are extensive, and they do come with swap-out hands. They are fully posable. So these are really, and I love the kind of that really deluxe box that these pieces come with.
Yeah, I was saying like these really are the cousins to the 6-scale community, like the high-end fashion cousins.
Yes. And then there is I'm sorry, this was the Rio, Gem, and Riot collectible 3-pack.
Yes.
Not yet on our website, but you can keep an eye out and look at the Integrity Toys page for
this
updates.
is Rio, Gem, and Riot. Yes.
Yes, and so this is a 3-pack set. They do have a figure base that is that electric keytar with, again, the bright neon colors. These are truly outrageous pieces. I am in awe of that Gem wig. The rooted hair for this figure, incredibly detailed. I mean, she even has her manicure and everything is perfectly coordinated. These pieces use multiple different types of fabrics that are all expertly tailored. Those tights are amazing on Gem as well. This is, yes, as Autumn said, for those of you who may not be into the fashion doll world, these are the chic and high-end cousins of your 6-scale figures of your favorite superheroes. And it is really cool that Integrity Toys has both their own original fashion lines, and then they have done these fan favorite characters.
Yeah. It's that same level of attention to detail and manufacturing and tailoring and the swap outs and accessories that you are familiar with in the 6-scale community.
Yeah, and for those of you who we might have jumped into this and not given you an idea of what Atomic Misfit is. Atomic Misfit is a new brand that we did launch this week. It is a safe and inclusive place to celebrate the chic, unique, and misfit geeks. One of the biggest things about this line is that we will both be creating original pieces and then curating. And so when we curate these items, they are evaluated by the team. They are handpicked. And everything that is displayed here because someone believed that this really is emblematic.
This is its home.
Yes. And it's about inspiring your unique fashion. I know we have Unruly Industries, and that's about celebrating the artists and the characters you love. All of Sideshow and Hot Toys, all of this is celebrating the characters you love, but we also want to make sure that Atomic Misfit recognizes you and what you like and celebrates your unique style. We've been launching Curator Vlogs all week as well, so you guys can meet some of the team members.
And we're going to be introducing fan curators.
Yes, and so we do have a survey on those, so you can, if you're interested in becoming a fan curator, submit and possibly be featured when we look to the community and recognize what people get excited about with their own fandoms. Continuing on with Integrity Toys, though, see how we can get over these.
Let me see.
Bright. Yes, there we go. These are some of their original creations. This is up top. We do have 2 pieces that are the Amira Majid sculpt. We have the Breaking Dawn and Edge of Night. Each of these original pieces has a highly detailed story about the character that explains also their costumes that are included in the kit. Amazing detail. They come with figure stands and certificates of authenticity as well. They have rooted hair. Again, the hand-applied eyelashes, which is incredible to think about.
The tailoring and the fabric on these are incredible for this scale.
Yes, it is. It is truly high-end fashion in the doll scale. I'm quite jealous of some of their outfits, actually. So we are now looking at the Edge of Night. These are available on our website for pre-order, but they do get waitlisted very quickly. Integrity Toys is highly sought after in this fashion doll space. You can see the pleating on her skirt. She does have the underskirt aspects, all the way down to the laces on her designer shoes. Take a look at the stories of these characters as well. I believe these are part of their East 59th collection overall. Yes, it does say that on their bases. Yes, I remembered. And then we do have in the center the Constance Madsen Afternoon Intrigue doll, and she does come with multiple outfits as well for going from a quick brunch to a
I've got some strong Marvelous Miss Maple vibes going on.
Yeah. Oh, it's absolutely. I love the citron color. There's a lot of embroidery on her skirt as well. Again, these are just incredibly detailed, and to get a full scope of the offering of the outfits and the features, you need to check these out on our website under the Integrity Toys manufacturers page. Finally, as I mentioned before, not only will we curate, but we will create original offerings for Atomic Misfit. And this was announced last week. This is the first official look at the prototypes of the Sideshow and Tonner fashion dolls. Last week we did announce that we are working with Robert Tonner of Tonner Doll Company founding fame. And he has been on a hiatus, but this is his return to the fashion doll space to create three original designs, as well as a doll basic for those of you who like to customize and tailor your own costumes. And I don't have exact details on all the features of these, but I can tell you what I'm seeing. And the collection is inspired by romance, fantasy, and Hollywood fashions. So we do have quite literally romance, the romantic notion fashion doll here. Again, with each of these has very detailed synthetic hair, incredible costumes. They are highly posable.
Hand applied or hand painted.
Yeah, hand painted portraits.
Wow,
and lots of beading on that. You guys can see the multiple layers to her costume. I love the volume of her skirts as well.
Oh, okay. I was looking at this morning. I'm gonna need you to lift up just that corner of the tool so you guys can see these boots.
This one?
Up at the top, yes. They
Very
are
gently.
amazing.
Laced all the way up, and that lace continues on the boots as well. Up front, we have the Mixed Media doll by Sideshow and Tonner. That name threw me earlier, admittedly. But
it's called the Mixed Media doll.
Yes, and it is a fierce Hollywood fashion. You guys can see, again, the detailed synthetic hair. Very bright colors going on with the reflective silver in her costume as well. And she does have those lace mesh gloves, multiple layers to her skirt.
And then these
Fishnets, laced up boots. Again, all highly detailed. This is high quality fabric, expertly tailored costumes. I mean, these are fully functioning costumes for these figures. And then we have the Stargazing by Sideshow Tonner fashion doll as well. This one is just a really beautiful, elegant gown in a soft blue. She has earrings. You guys can see that she is posed. You can see the hands and the joints of the figure as well. Just a really, really beautiful dress work. Designed by a fashion icon, quite literally.
Need to peek at these shoes too, because
very gently.
Very gently here, just the toes there. I mean, come on. They're amazing.
Wow. Oh, and she too has like a soft lace legging going on there that I can see. Again, very gently.
Oh yeah, you can see it. Yeah.
Soft lace leggings. Every inch of these. I mean, these. You don't put the word fashion in front of doll and not expect to have fully thought up and realized fashions. And then, of course, you guys can see up top the model behavior doll. So I myself am not familiar with doll basics.
It's like the Court of the Dead when we had the
Spectre Muse blanks.
Yeah, the blanks. So that they issue the blanks so that you can put your own design and creativity and spin on it. That's the same kind of idea where they have the... Oh my gosh, I just forgot the name of where you can design your own to go on, your own fashion to go on them. My words are gone. There's shoes too.
Yeah, and you guys can see. So this is a very neutral figure upon which you can add different looks. I believe the wigs will be swappable as well. Highly detailed, fully posable again, and these are just really elegant pieces to add to your collection, especially if you are a fan of the doll space. I admit I am learning very quickly, but I am in love with these outfits. And you guys can see the full kind of range of different types of fashion dolls here. So we do have the Sideshow Tonner, and then the Gem and the Holograms inspired, and then Integrity Toys' own original fashion collections.
All right.
So I think that about does it for our morning tour. You guys have seen everything that is brand new at this booth. We are very excited to have our day 5 swap outs for you guys. If there was something that you wanted to see that's either already been on display or you wanted us to check out again, don't forget we do have the 12 p.m. request live stream. If you weren't at our 7 a.m. this morning, we did show a sneak preview. You'll want to be able to, you want to make sure you register for Sideshow Con. Again, it is completely free. You do so at side.show/con, and it only benefits you. You will get advanced access and notice to exclusive content, including the early booth streams, the access to the exclusive items before they go up for pre-order publicly. So you'll want to make sure to do that. There's still, I mean, day 5 still young, and we do have day 6 and 7. The convention goes until July 26th. So you guys will want to check that out. So thank you guys so much for joining us this morning. We hope to see you at noon. And then again, we have a 4 p.m. Hot Toys stream as well, where we will be focusing on the Hot Toys releases that are on display. Until then, stay safe, have fun, check out our social media channels, keep engaging in contests and all that is going on for Sideshow Con this week. And as always, don't forget to let your geek side show.